All right, here's a quick infield review of this little KTM tail bag here. It's pretty nifty. I figured I'd do an infield review after my clutch died. No idea what happened to it. It's just got all loosey-goosey, and it ain't doing much with the plates in there. If you can see, come on, focus. It's like barely moving. I don't know what the hell happened. It failed on me about 5 miles into some pretty awesome single track, and you can imagine pretty rocky, decent hills. You can imagine trying to get out of there with no clutch. It was not fun. But we made it happen. Anyways, this is a little KTM tail bag. It didn't come with any instructions, pretty typical of this stuff. So it just says universal. So it comes with some hardware and some longer bolts. And so I mounted this front part to these little plastic bolts on each side. And this is a 2200 EXC. Let's see, what do I got in here? I don't even know. I know I got maybe some tools and a spark plug. But look how big this is. All sorts of room for activities in here. I had my wallet and my truck keys. There's my truck. We managed to make it back. I got a little, this is like a bicycle shock pump. And I bring it with just in case I need to pump up the tubeless, the high pressure side. So, I mean, it takes a little bit of time, but it'll do it easily. It needs to be at like 120 PSI. You probably pumping, if it's at like 90 PSI, that inner tube that's inside there, you're probably pumping for a good 5 minutes to get it up to 120. So it's not terrible, but it's not ideal. But unless you have a high pressure air compressor, that's the next best thing. So I bring that. And then also I got a regular tire pump, which I can adjust the pressures on the actual tires, you know, on the low pressure side. So that's for the actual tire, if you're familiar with tubeless. And this is the high pressure side, the inner tube that's inside there that kind of seats, is like a bead lock for the whole tire. So hopefully that wind's not jacking up this. But I got, so those things, and then we got extra spark plug in here, a bunch of zip ties, and a wrench that'll work to get that spark plug out of there, which is very easily accessible. Adjustable wrench, little ones, little pliers, and definitely bring zip ties. I should have some tape and like some wire in here actually. That would be good, like some chicken wire or something. Something like, because I have the safety wire this on, because it broke, and who wants to spend $10 on a new engine cutoff button? You know what I mean? This is the 2024 where, you know, everything is fucking costs a fortune, so save every penny you can wherever you can. But yeah, definitely bring zip ties. I busted this clutch, and then I put these on because I totally biffed it and smashed into a rock and broke that. And yeah, I've had issues with this clutch, needless to say. So what else do we got in here? Anything? Definitely some baby wipes for sure. In case, you know, nature calls and you're like, I just got to do this in the woods. You know what I mean? So that's what I carry, and you can fit all sorts of stuff. I had, on this little ride, I had all this stuff in here, which is, it didn't even take up barely any room. I put my beanie cap in here because my plan was there's some cool single track out here in the Black Hills, South Dakota, that goes to this cool American flag. It's like 10 miles out in single track. But of course, the dreaded clutch killed my plans. So I brought a beanie cap so I can relax and keep my head warm and enjoy the view. But otherwise, I brought like a little kind of like a pocket rocket type deal in here. It's similar to a pocket rocket. and then some cups, and then I usually have a water bladder on my back or something, and then I could just make some nice warm apple cider. Oh dude, so good, so good. But anyway, so yeah, so you just freaking, what I did was, like I said, utilize these bolts here, work great, and then I just cinched this. It's just a strap that just goes around the freaking, around the fender, and then you just make that nice and tight wherever you want it to cinch up. And then when you tighten these down, I guess I can just do it here. Let's just do this thing. It's hard to do this with one hand. Son of a bitch. Let me get that in there. Ooh, just like that. Come on, you son of a, there we go. So then we do that, and then you wrap that down a little bit better than what I did. And this will just come right off too. Boop. And then yeah, I got this. I don't want to go off on too many tangents here, but shit is this called? I don't know. It's a Moscow Moto thing, because I brought my Moscow Moto 10-liter saddlebags. So, and it just bolts right up to this, and then you just strap it down to the frame. Nifty, nifty. But this is great just for a day pack. So I just slide that bad boy on there, clip that on there like so. Sorry for this camera work. I didn't really expect to record anything out here. Then just tighten that baby boy down. And when you tighten this down, it just pulls it back here, and then it just becomes nice and tight. Just like that. So, yeah, I think it's sweet. I don't know what the liter is on this thing, but if you just look up KTM tail bag on, Google it, that'll come up. And it's totally waterproof too. So, anyways, ride safe.